Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Child training works. You can make your children great in the sight of God and men. If you do not train them, you really shouldn't have them. Child training works, but you must get a vision of it right now. It takes wisdom and it takes effort. It takes instruction of God and Solomon found in the book of Proverbs. And it must start early. For some, it will begin with letting them cry when it's time to sleep rather than always holding them. Any signs of rebellion needs corrected immediately. Some things may look cute and even give us a smile, but the child should never believe that their wrong behavior makes you laugh. If you want your child to be upstanding and going the right way when they are older, then you must heed the words of this proverb. Train up a child in the way he should go. The word train is not raise. You raise a garden, but you train a child. There is as much difference in that as those who raise animals and those who train them. Listen, giving them nutritious meals, providing them warm clothing, giving them a place to sleep at night, kissing them good night is not training. You are to train them up. This means from birth to maturity. It says in the way. That means it's giving them direction. When God spoke of Abraham, he said this in Genesis 18:19. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to the justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. Note, most importantly, it says to train them in the way he should go. This isn't the way they want to go. This old business that we need to let child express himself is ridiculous when it comes to right and wrong. What is child training? It's a consistent example of righteous living that the child can first feel and then observe as they grow up. It's teaching them the existence of God and the absolute authority of the Bible. It's enforcing God's rules and parental authority strictly and severely. It's teaching by reproof and the rod. It's teaching by repetition throughout the day. It's using both positive and negative reinforcement for behavior. Child training is not yelling, nagging them, or having spurts of punishment. Time out is not child training, for it only delays what needs to be done, and most often parents just ignore it. It's a modern shame that we can train dogs to sniff out drugs, lead blind people throughout our city, to do any trick that we wish them to do, but we seem to can't train a child. You know, the technique is the same. Instruct, reward, repeat. If the instruction is not followed, no reward. But for this verse to come true, parents must flush their selfishness and slothfulness and get busy. The children of this generation are a mess. Most, thank God not all, are arrogant, foolish, ignorant, lazy, immature, profane, rebellious, selfish, and wasteful. Their parents were too busy, they were too selfish or lazy to train them. The consequences are a generation of fools, which will beget more and worse fools. America's future is bleak not because of Washington, but because of foolish parents. Parents, get to work. This proverb is God's promise, dependent upon your action.